beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchi Imo, and on this channel I talk about cake business. This is your cake business school where I teach you tips and strategies on how to grow a thriving cake business. I'm a cake artist that is based in Swindon, the United Kingdom, and if you're seeing my beautiful face for the first time, you're most welcome to my channel. On this channel, I handhold you and teach you what you need to know about running a successful cake business. If you're joining my channel for the first time, you're most welcome. And if you've always been here, thank you so much for your support. And Happy New Year. I don't know if I've said that, but if I haven't, Happy New Year. And this is our first video for the year. I know I've taken a break for some time, but this is me. I am back and ready to go. So if I were to start a cake business, what are the things that I'll be doing? Now, this is not textbook knowledge. This is me thinking as a person, just like you. So if this is something you're interested in, you're thinking of starting a cake business, you want to know what you need to do, then you need to stick around. But you know how we do it. Get something to eat, drink, relax, and I'll be right back. You're welcome back. So the first thing I'm going to be doing, if I were looking to start a cake business in 2025 as a home baker, the first thing I'm going to be doing is to think of where I can learn. I know that YouTube is a thing these days and you would want to learn from YouTube, you want to try and test, but I would encourage you from a professional standpoint that it'll be faster and better for you to enroll in a professional or for a professional cake decorating course. This way you are able to have something solid to work with, something that is consistent, tried and trusted, so you don't have to go back and forth on testing recipes to see which works for you. Now, the second thing I would like to do is to know, okay, now that I've found a place to learn, where can I buy things? Where can I source for items? Where can I source for ingredients? Where can I buy my flour, my sugar, my cake boards? Where do I shop for these items? And if you ask me, the nearest place or the quickest place that comes to my mind first will be for your cake ingredients, depending on your location, will be the stores or the markets or cake stores or cake markets or the malls. There you can source for your ingredients. And when it comes to other things like the cake boards, like your cake boxes, you can easily get them online. Back home in Nigeria, I used to have a particular business that sells these things. Like she sells cake boards majorly, and I buy cake boards from her. I used to source my cake boards from a particular vendor, and then I'll source my cake boxes from another person. Here, you can buy both in one place, depending on where you're sourcing from. And there are tons and tons of places that you can buy from, including Amazon. Now, this is not a paid ad, please. I am not promoting any company, but this is just an example of where you can buy from. So you can either do the physical stores. I know that there are cake stores around, but I really don't shop from cake stores around here. So if I had to buy my cake flour, my cake ingredients, I go to the malls around, and if I had to buy my cake boxes, my cake boards, I buy from a particular place online, except I'm in a hurry and then I need to buy from Amazon, but I rarely do that. So this is what you want to know. Where can I source for my ingredients? So this is what you'll be asking yourself. Now, the third thing that you want to think about is what. Now, this is in no particular order, right? So another thing I'll be thinking about is, okay, what do I need to make my cakes, or what do I need to bake my cakes? So, do I need a mixer? Do I need a hand mixer that I can start with? Or do I need to buy like a particular brand, like a particular known brand before I start baking? What do I need? Do I need to have an oven first of all? Do I need to have all of these things in place, tips and all of that? I can do a separate video for that. I think I've done that before, but I do not mind running over them again to show you what you actually need to start your cake business. So that's one thing I'll be looking at. The first thing I'll be talking about is, what do I want to have on my menu? So this is me just brainstorming and thinking. So this is me just brainstorming and thinking, what do I need? Like there's no particular order. If I were to be like a normal, just me starting out, these are the things that would be running through my mind, questions that I'll be needing answers to if I want to start a cake business. So like I said, the next thing on my mind would be, what kind of cakes do I want to offer to the public? Or is it just cakes I want to offer to the public? Do I want to include brownies? Do I want to include pastries? Do I want to include sweet treats? Do I want to make them like just cakes, custom cakes or celebration cakes? Or do I want to make them postal boxes? Do I want to put brownies in a box, or put cake slices in a box? Or do I want to make blondies alone? What exactly do I want to do? What do I want to have on my menu? It serves as a guide so that when you're seeing this one doing this and another baker doing that and another baking sharing success of the tons of boxes they've posted for Valentine, you'll not be saying, okay, that's the next big thing I want to try. You're not jumping here and there. So you have a sense of direction and you know where you're headed. That's one thing I would do. And may I add to that please do not overwhelm yourself in the beginning. If you're starting out, you want to keep your menu sweet and simple. Now, I know that you might graduate to a place where you want to have like maybe 15 flavors on your menu, you want to have 16 flavors on your menu, which is all well and good. If you can stomach it, if you can do it, then it's all good. But starting out, I would say so that you don't get overwhelmed, you keep your menu sweet, simple, and short. Just make it easy for yourself and the people who are buying from you. The fifth thing I'll be talking about is, where will I get my customers? Who will I sell to? Where am I going to get the people that will buy from me? And it's not as easy as it sounds when I say, oh, just post online, post on social media, post outside, tell your community members, tell your friends. I wish it were that easy. It's not as easy as it sounds. Okay, it's one of those things that is easier said than done, but you can actually do it and you can actually build your customer base. For those of you who have been following my channel for a while, you know that I moved from Nigeria to Manchester, and then from Manchester, you know that I moved from Nigeria to the United Kingdom. I arrived in Huddersfield. From there, I moved to Manchester, and then I moved to Swindon. So I've just been on the move, and I've been trying to build my customer base in all of these places. So I can tell you that it demands a lot of work, especially when you're starting. But the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you're getting it right from the get-go, and then give people to sample your cakes. Give people free samples. Try and do things that would help get the word out, so that people know that this is actually what you can do. And you have to market your cakes. You could choose to do it online. You could choose to have like a website. You can choose to have like giveaway, whatever strategy. So whatever strategy you want to employ is fine. But one thing you want to do is not to keep quiet and expect that customers will appear from anywhere. You have to put in the work of marketing your cakes. Another thing I think is important, which is the sixth thing, is, do you want to do deliveries or do you want to do collection only? For me, I do collection only. Also for my business, I do collection only, although I've had to deliver for just one person, and it was because of some things. So I had to heed to the request and deliver that cake, but I usually would not do deliveries. You come to my place and you pick up your cake. So if you know that you want to do deliveries only, if you know you want to do deliveries or you want to do collection only, you have to know what it is you want. If you're doing deliveries, then are you going to be delivering yourself, or are you going to be employing the services of a logistics company? These are things that you want to bear in mind. So the next thing, which will be our number 8, if I'm not mistaken, I think I've lost count. But the next thing I would say is, or I'll be asking myself is, how do I price my cakes? How do I know what to charge? How do I know the right prices to charge for my cakes? Because I see A is charging this, B is charging that, and I do not know how to price my cakes. One thing that would solve this is to the next one, 9, get a mentor. So you need to get a mentor. Of course, if you go for your baking school, you can ask your teacher, but I'm not too sure if this is included in what they're supposed to teach you. So you can either do it this way. You can get a mentor. It's not just because of pricing, but if you get a mentor, this surely be one of the things that they would most likely cover, how to price your cakes. Like if you have troubles or anything, you can easily run to them. And when it comes to pricing, you can talk to someone. Another thing will be to enroll for a class. So you can enroll for a class. I know that I started out with asking questions, and I was able to, with the knowledge I gained, start my own pricing. But at some point, just to be sure that I was doing the right thing and not running at a loss, like I was doing the right thing with regards to my pricing, I had to sign up for a cake pricing class. So this is one thing you can do. To get yourself a mentor, or get yourself someone that can teach you and guide you, or you can also join a community, which is the 10th thing I'll be talking about. You can join a community. I cannot overemphasize the power of having a community where you have accountability partners, people that you can run to and say, okay, this is the issue I'm having now. How do I resolve it? I know that there are groups that exist where they talk strictly about pricing. So you have no idea what you're going to charge your cakes. You can become part of those communities, and you can always ask, oh, how do I charge for this cake? I feel like I'm charging low. I feel like it's too high. This is what I'm charging. Can you help me? Can you tell me? But I would say that if I were the one starting out, that will not be my first port of call. So I would want to ask questions from people, obviously, that have been in the game before me, especially if it's a new place. I want to know what it is like how to get it done, I would learn for or pay for a class or join those communities. Like I said, you don't solely need to, you won't solely depend on them because you know your costs are different. And I've done pricing videos to help you and to be a guide to you, just to help you know how you can price your cakes. Check out those videos and run through the points one by one. I believe you'll be able to get clarity and also get the confidence on how to price your cakes. So these are the things that I'll be looking at if I were starting a cake business. Of course, how could I forget bookkeeping? So you want to do your bookkeeping. You want to have a record of your income and expenditure. You want to have a record of your income and expenses so that you actually know what you're doing in the beginning. At least in the beginning, you know where to cut down on the things you're buying too much or where to source for more affordable items, such as your ingredients or your cake pans or anything where you can, do bulk purchase or bulk buying, and it helps reduce your cost. So your bookkeeping is very important. Get a book or get a software. Some people talk about QuickBooks. People have different methods that they use to track their expenses. So if this is you, you're a hands-on one, you want to do the pen and book thing or pen and paper thing, you want to do the writing, the pen and paper thing, then feel free to do it. Or if you want to get a software and you feel to make life easy, then by all means, please do. So this is it. And then I think I've shown past 10 points. But if you feel that you want to register your business, of course, you need to get that done, especially in places like this. Now, it depends strictly on your location and what you need to do as per regulations, laws, and guidelines. So, for me, in this place, you would need to register your business. And I've talked about that and how I was able to get that point where I got a 5-star rating for my business. Of course, it started with me talking to my local council and saying, I want to run a cake business. And I was taken through the steps. So I'm going to link that video so you can watch and see what that entails. So please do it by the books. And so please make sure that if you need to register your business with your local council or in your, I think, cottage laws or how they call it in the US, I'm not too sure now, but if you need to get it registered with the local council or the government or anything that you need to do, please make sure that you get that done. Hope this video helped. And this is just a run through of me as a person or as a newbie baker saying, I want to start a cake business. What do I want to do? If you watched up till this point, you are the real MVP. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and also to subscribe. Until I see my next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.